Hello, welcome to this week's How's the Market, Pensacola. Well, seasonal slowing. If you've listened to the show at all, you know that I said after 4th of July, we seasonally start to slow and our inventory starts to get less and less. It's because of schools, and I know that we all wonder if we're actually going to go back to school. I think we are going to go back to school next month. And I'm seeing some back to school stuff already in Target and Walmart, and I got a few things back to school already in my in my mailbox. I'm actually going to take advantage of some of that because I always take advantage of the tax-free weekend when we go back to school. And I've still got kids in college, so I'm definitely taking care of that. Anyways, starting to see a little bit of a pullback. You're going to see here in the two counties that's there. It's just seasonal. So we had problems with inventory before. We're getting a little bit more problems with inventory now. Also seeing a few short sales come on the market. Let me address that right now as we get on to here. I've seen about 6 or 7 short sales hit the market this past week. And so I dove into them real quick in preparation for this show. And I said, why? All six of them that I saw had an SBA loan on the property. That's why the short sale's happening. So the property owner had put their house or their property up for collateral for a small business administration loan, and the business had went out of business due to COVID or whatever reason. They went out of business, and so now they owe more on the property than it's worth because of that. All of them were business related. So don't get that confused with some other people that are saying, oh, we see short sales, we're about to have a crash. It's 2008 all over again. Wrong. It's not, okay? Are we seeing some specific situations? Sure. I saw 3 foreclosures hit the market the other day, and 2 of them I kind of chuckled about. There was a bank that put them up for foreclosure. They finalized the foreclosure of these properties 7 years ago. Let me say that again. They finalized the foreclosure of these properties 7 years ago. They've been renting them ever since. But they're listed on the market as a foreclosed property because that's how title was taken when the current owner took title. So watch your headlines, watch the deception that's out there. Am I saying that somebody's trying to deceive? No, they're not really trying to deceive. It really is a foreclosure from 7 years ago. It's been a rental ever since, and now the bank has actually rode the stuff up, and they're starting to liquidate now. They were just investors at that point, so it makes sense. Just watch as you start to see stuff, watch the premise, then comes to the conclusion. People draw that conclusion, wrong conclusion, based off of a premise that is true, but when you dive into it, it doesn't make any sense. Anyways, that's what I've seen in the market. Let's take a look at our 2 counties and see what type of inventory we got. We're pulling back even more. Let's go. All right, if you've never seen the show, you don't know that I always start with this slide right here. It says if we have between 6 and 7 months worth of inventory, we have a neutral market. Anything greater than 7 months is considered a buyer's market. Anything less than 6 is considered a seller's market. What the slide doesn't say, anything greater than 9 is a hyper buyer's market. Anything less than 3 is a hyper seller's market. We jump straight to Escambia County, and although this number here, 447, have gone up some, if you noticed on the right over here, it is all red. Okay, so it's all hyper sellers. Now, for that one person who's looking going, wait, Shane, there's one that's orange. You're right. In our definition, it says it has to be under 3 months inventory to be a hyper sellers. And the luxury here this week is 3 months inventory. So technically, that is considered a sellers, not a hyper sellers. Would I change the marketing for any of these markets? Nope. Nope. I would market this as a hyper seller's property, regardless of price. Would I change my strategy as a buyer for, say, luxury versus, nope, not at all. If you look at this, 150,000 to 200,000 is selling for 101 to 100% of list. It's all the way up. I mean, you see 50 to 100,000 is selling 91 to 93% of list, and 0 to 50,000 is in the 80s. This is land, all right? There's 2 of them active. This is land that's being sold, and the 91 to 93%, the 50 to 100,000 mark, is still properties that have Hurricane Sally damage. So that's why that's being negotiated. But you start getting up over 100, everything is 100%. So as a buyer, don't come in thinking that you're going to be able to pay 50% or 60%. I still get those offers on listings that I have. Hey, we're going to offer 50%. It's not going to work. You're not going to get it. Let's jump over to Santa Rosa County. It's the same thing. 247 active, which is higher, but everything is still a hyper sellers. And look at this, 101%, 101%, 101%. Now, their luxury in Santa Rosa County is at 3.6 months, so that's definitely a seller's. But is it on the cusp still? Yeah. Would I change my buyer or seller strategy this week for any of these numbers? No. No. It would be hyper sellers all the way around. So if you look at this, this is what makes me nervous. I've been saying this for a few months now. 150,000 to 200,000 has 0.3 months. 200,000 to 250,000 has 0.2 months. 250,000 to 300,000 has 0.3 months. There's just not much there. I mean, there's 24 active. That's I guess 350 to 400,000 is the highest bracket with 32 active. And I'm discounting the luxury because we do have 56 active and 700,000 plus. Down here in the first-time home buyers, or initial move-up buyers, under $350,000. I guess under $400,000. The 400,000 marks at 32, and even that's 0.9 months worth of inventory. We don't have enough inventory. We'll be out by Labor Day. So there's your numbers. Not to get discouraged though. There are some things I'm seeing coming. We will see. I've seen some stuff off market come on and get sold quick before it even hits the market. So I have seen some stuff happen. I'm not getting discouraged for buyers. I've had buyers that have won multiple bids. I do have buyers that do get frustrated, and I understand that because they'll put in bid after bid after bid and lose even though they're going over. It makes sense. You just have to understand what you're looking for and get ready to do it, because I've got a lot of successful buyers coming. Do have some stuff coming up. Got one that I know of coming up out towards Perdido, right off of Bauer. I got a property coming up there, so if you're looking for something like that, 3.2, I want to say 16, 1700 square foot. If you're looking for something like that, reach out to me. Let me know. I'll put you on the pre-list. Also, I've been bringing this up a couple of times as far as our instant offer program. I've gotten a lot of phone calls off of that. And some of the property has been, rough would be an understatement, but there's a lot of it out there that, hey, it's in real rough shape, but I could help with the inventory levels if I could take that real rough shape, make it not real rough, and put it in inventory and actually help one of these buyers get a property. So that's what the instant offers are there for. I've had 2 or 3 of those come up in the past week, and I've also had the certified pre-owned. But the instant offers seem to be pretty popular right now. So if you haven't heard about the instant offer program, it's basically a program where I give you an instant offer immediately. Immediately. Hey, this is what I say immediately, within 24 hours. I have to see the property. I can't just, over the phone go, hey, I had a guy to call me on the instant offer. He's like, how much will you offer me for my house? Can you give me the address? Well, it's on, I'm not going to say the street, but it's on that street. Well, I know that street, and there's about 200 houses on it. Well, if you don't know, then you can't give it to me. And he hung up on me. So I can't give you an offer on a property if you won't even give me the address, and I start to wonder if you even own the place at that point. But that's neither here nor there. The instant offer program actually has worked out really, really well for a lot of people. So if you've got something that you want an instant offer on, just give me a shout. Let me know. All right, making the episode quick this week. That's what we've got. That's our 2 numbers. I appreciate you guys watching. Have a great week. I'm a man on a mission. My mission is to help people break through all the noise out there and don't need no permission. I want to help you get to actual truth. Don't you just want the truth?